Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 180. In today's episode, we are going to talk all about cancel culture and why I endorse it. It might not be what you're thinking, but absolutely, you want to stay tuned to hear this one. Welcome to Ordinary to Badass. Whether you're ordinary or badass, I am so glad that you're here. Today, we're going to talk all about cancel culture, and it's not what you think. So, all right, let's get to it. Is cancel culture just for celebrities? I don't think that it should be. Let me give you the down and dirty in case you don't know what cancel culture is. According to Wikipedia, cancel culture, aka call-out culture, is involving an individual, often a celebrity, who is deemed to have acted or spoken in an unacceptable manner. In my opinion, cancel culture shouldn't just apply to celebrities or to people. Let's use cancel culture on things that aren't serving us. Things that are putting you further away or further and further away from your badassery. You know, the things that make you feel like you aren't enough or that you're less than. Cancel it. Enough. So I think we should cancel sorry culture. I'm so over the over apologizing. I get caught in this trap too, so I'm not doing any blaming, but I think we really need to reflect on this. I hear people, specifically women, saying I'm sorry all the time, and it needs to stop. We apologize for the tiniest of offenses. Scratch that. It's often not even an offense. We apologize for things like someone else's behavior. Say someone else runs into you at a grocery store and you say, I'm sorry. It doesn't even matter where you're at. Somebody else runs into you and yet you find yourself apologizing. It's like you're apologizing that you took up space. Again, they ran into you. That's not your fault. There's no need to apologize for something that you did not cause. Or, here's another example. Someone interrupts you, and yet you say, I'm sorry. Wait, you were talking first, and they interrupted you. Why would you say I'm sorry? They cut into the conversation, so there's no need to be sorry. But this is what we do, and I fall into it too. I've become more aware of it, but I've also fallen into it. Or sometimes I'll catch myself saying it and I'm like, ugh. But a lot of the women that I'm friends with, they are strong women and they have, life going on for them. And I want them to hold their space. But I hear them apologizing for the tiniest of offenses or the tiniest of things where they don't need to apologize. Okay, here's another example. You're part of a team and the group messes up. Yet you are always the one apologizing. So, say at work, a group of you were working on a project and it didn't turn out right, and you're taking all of the blame for all of it. You're like, I'm sorry, I messed up. And then you internalize it and beat yourself up, tell yourself how much you messed up and you should have taken charge or you should have done something differently. But it was the whole group doing it. The whole group was working on the project, and yet you took the brunt of it and then beat yourself up for the outcome. Stop apologizing, especially when you didn't do anything wrong in the first place. Now, let's get this straight. I am not against apologies. Not at all. But I am against saying sorry unnecessarily. Own your words and own your space. If you're going to take responsibility, cool. Take responsibility. but do it when you actually did something wrong. It's more authentic that way. Saying sorry when you don't really mean it is inauthentic. And I know you. I know the badass that you are. You're legit. You're the real thing. And I'm not just saying this to fluff you up, but I know you because you're listening to this podcast. So since you're authentic, let's be that way. Let's look at the words that we're saying and what it means. If you're just going to say sorry all the time, it's people pleasing. It's giving up part of your soul for what everybody else wants. Scratch that. You're giving up part of your soul for what you think everyone else wants. You don't even know that. It's just an assumption as you're trying to people please or appease all of the people around you. Okay, but seriously, when you say you're sorry, you should mean it. You probably heard your mama tell you when you were a kid growing up that when you say you're sorry, you should mean it. It's true. You should mean it. But don't just say you're sorry to make someone else feel better. It makes you feel small in response. When I say I'm sorry for a stupid reason, it's usually when I'm feeling insecure and not owning my space. I've said sorry numerous times for things that I didn't even cause. Inside, I felt small and unworthy. When I said sorry, it didn't even make me feel better. It made me feel worse. You can hold space for yourself. You can take up space in this world, and that doesn't mean that you're selfish. Just because you're holding your own and standing up for what you're right, or what's right, doesn't mean that that's selfish. So, all right, let me give you an example of a time that I played small and apologized for something that I didn't even cause. And this was relatively recently. So, like I said, I'm working on this too. My friend and I were walking on a track. We're trying to train for a half marathon. So it was like a walk, run, kind of switching off, going back and forth. So we're doing that on a track and we're walking around the soccer field, right? Because the track surrounds the soccer field. And a ball went off the field and onto the track where I was walking or running. And I went over to the ball and promptly kicked it right back to the father and son who were playing soccer. The kick was slightly off, as in the kid probably had to move a few inches to get the ball. I promptly said the dreaded words, "I'm sorry." Like I felt bad that I didn't kick it to the right place. What in the actual heck is going on? Why would I be sorry for kicking the ball back to them? I saved him time from running to get the ball because it probably would have went further if I hadn't stopped it and kicked it back. I was helping them out. Yet I found myself saying, "I'm sorry." I cringe thinking about it because the things we say I'm sorry for and there's no reason to be sorry. Ridiculous. Or so ridiculous it's redunculous. I haven't heard that for a bit, so I thought I would bring it back. Women are regularly apologizing for taking up space, for making small little mistakes, even when those mistakes aren't their fault. Or, like if you're like me, making mistakes for helping somebody out, like the soccer ball incident I told you about. This has got to stop. This may seem like a small or minor issue to you, but it's much more than you realize. Over apologizing bleeds into all areas of our lives. For example, work, family life, encounters with strangers. By over apologizing, you are leaving the impression that you lack confidence. Is this the message that you want to pass down to your kids? Doubtful. We are strong women, and we are passing down a legacy. Regardless if you have kids or not, you are impacting the next generation. You are telling them what to say, what to think, right? By your actions, other people around you are impacted. So it's time that we make a change. It's time that we stop saying I'm sorry. So I want to know if you're going to join me. Let's cancel sorry culture. That's my new phrase. Instead of cancel culture, I'm canceling sorry culture, or anything that makes you feel like less of a badass, but we continue to do. So I challenge you to start noticing your words. Notice how they make you feel. Specifically, notice when you're saying I'm sorry. Are you saying it in an appropriate time? Are you saying it for somebody else when you don't need to be saying it? And then again, how does that make you feel? I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. That's what I'm going to say. Sorry, not sorry. I had to squeeze that in there. One last apology to get in there. But seriously, let's stop apologizing. Let's own our space, own our words, own who we are. Because you're so badass. And I want you to stand up for yourself. Instead of bending to what you think other people want for you. Or what other people expect of you. Just be you. So, I want to hear from you. Hit me up on Instagram or take a screenshot of this episode and throw it in your Instagram stories. Nothing makes me happier than when I hear from you on the gram and hear what you think of these episodes. So yeah, just take a screenshot of this episode, throw it in your Instagram stories, and then tell me, what's one takeaway that you had from the episode? Or can you relate? Have you ever done this thing where you have apologized for whatever reason? Apologize for a mistake somebody else made. Apologize even when you were doing something nice for somebody else. Whatever. Are you an over-apologizer? Or do you never apologize? I want to know. Maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just something I'm noticing. But your opinion means the world to me. I want to know if you can relate to this, if you've ever gone through this. So hit me up on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass. With that, we'll end our show. Tell the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, own it and get after it. Okay, did you like this episode? If you like this episode, I would be so grateful if you shared it with a friend. There's 3 little dots at the top of the podcast app that you're listening to, and there should be an option after you hit the 3 dots to say share. And then grab the link. I can't talk, words are hard. Grab the link and share it with a friend. And if that's not your thing, cool. I'd be grateful if you went on to iTunes and left a 5-star rating and review on this podcast. Because I want to get this into the hands of other badasses just like you. So every single review means the world to me. And then, of course, screenshot it and send it to me on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass so that I can say thank you. Because again, I know that you're busy and it means the world to me if you leave a review or if you share this episode. So thank you in advance. I'm so grateful for you.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.